Everybody to Hobbs Eagle Baseball right here on this Friday afternoon or pre-evening, as some people might want to say. And this is Ron Gunner. I'm proud to be here in place of Ty Friend. There was a little bit of confusion with the schedule, but nevertheless, we are going to get this one up and running here in only about 15 more minutes or so, give or take, as we are probably going to have the lineups and the national anthem to have to look forward to. Meanwhile, though, let's go ahead and talk about these two rivalries as they have been going back and forth. In fact, last year, I remember doing their game in Roswell. It was not only windy, but it was very close. It was one of those that Hobbs rallied in the 6th, I believe, or 7th. That was actually the 7th, and they got 7 runs before they lost it by 1 run. It was both exciting and heartbreaking as well for the Hobbs Eagles back then. But this year, they go ahead and turn the tables around and get a victory in Roswell. And let's see, I had that information. I do know that they had to come back and get it. And the JV squad, by the way, also had a nice victory over there as well, 14-0 with 4 hits, 14 runs, and 2 errors. It was 7 errors for Roswell, no hits, no runs, and that was the reason why they won as big as they did, 14-0. Once again, that was the JV squad back on Tuesday. So for the Hobbs Eagles, it was John Curtis who drove in 4 runs on 3 hits. It was led the Hobbs varsity Eagles past the Roswell. Of course, 8-5 was the final score on Tuesday. Curtis hit a home run to right field and had that done in the 8th inning, scoring 3 runs, doubled in the 2nd inning, and scoring 1 as well. I love these allergies. Curtis, Luke Parrish, and Carson Phillips also at the bottom of the Hobbs varsity lineup combined for 5 of the team's 9 hits, 3 runs, and drove in 4. Roswell also got in on board on the bottom of the 1st inning with Ellis Lujan, who had doubled to the right field, and it was Luke Lynn who grounded out, but each scoring 1 run. Hobbs varsity Eagles captured the lead 5-2 in the top of the 3rd when Jaden Hernandez homered to left field, scoring 3 runs, and also Cole Kesner doubled, scoring in 1 more. Then after that, it was Alex Luminley who singled to center field, which helped Roswell tie the game at 5 at the bottom of the 4th. Then another home run, this time to right field by Curtis, gave Hobbs the lead 8-5 in the top of the 8th. Hendricks Sullivan then earned a win for the Hobbs Eagles as he pitched. He was the right-handed pitcher who allowed 1 hit, 0 runs over 3 innings, striking out 2 and walking 1. Luminley also took the loss for Roswell. Pitcher went 3 innings. During that time, he was giving up 3 runs on 4 hits, struck out 5 and walked 2. Alan Urahara also opened the game for the Hobbs Eagles. Starting pitcher allowed 7 hits off of 5 runs off of 7 hits, 4 earned over the 5 innings, striking out 4 and walking 4. Lynn also stepped up in the on the bump or on the mound. And first for Roswell, the starter allowed 5 hits and 5 runs over 5 innings, striking out 6 and walking just 2. The Hobbs varsity amassed 9 hits in the game. Hernandez and Parrish, Luke Parrish, I've been watching him over the years, each collected multiple hits for the Hobbs varsity Eagles. And Hobbs was able to turned 1 double play during the game. Luminley also provided pop in the middle of the lineup and led Roswell to 2 runs batted in. The outfielder went 2 of 3 on the day. Joaquin Balanes led Roswell with 3 hits in 5 at bats from the leadoff position, and he's actually going to be pitching today against the Hobbs Eagles. And I haven't found out who is going to be pitching for the Eagles as of yet, but we'll find out during game time. So the lineup for the Coyotes during this game. First will be, actually, no, Joaquin will not be pitching. He'll be at shortstop. So Joaquin Balanis is going to be at shortstop, batting first. Jace Griffin will be batting second, and he'll be pitching. It'll be Ellis Lujan third. He'll be over at first base. Alex Lumley will be at right field. Let me see. I've got one more player I missed somehow. No, that's not it. Oh, I missed two. All right. So Lujan is going to be at first. It'll be Lumley at right field. Luke Lynn will be batting next, along with Duncan Dominguez. Then Andrew Fuentes will be the designated hitter. Arith Navarez will be at third base. And Isaac Orozco will be catching for the Roswell Coyotes. Got Tiff back at the station, making sure everything is running perfectly. Thank you very much, Tiff, for your help. And for the other side, for the Hobbs Eagles, who are 11-10, by the way, and 9-11 are the Roswell Coyotes after 20 games. 4-game losing streak. Hobbs has a 3-game winning streak. Would like to get that to 4 after today. Would be nice. Jaden Taylor is going to be starting off first. He'll be at second base. And we have at least one celebrity in the audience, looks like. It'll be Jason Fuentes coming up next. He'll be shortstop, followed by Jaden Hernandez at catcher. Then Cole Kesner, the big hitter, he will be playing at first base. It'll be Tristan Montez, who is going to be at third base, followed by, let's see, that is going to be Cope Greenberg. Oh, no, sorry, not Green. I see G-R-E-E, and I think Green. Sorry about that. That is Grebon as a designated hitter, followed by Luke Parrish, will be at the right field. Left field will be played by John Curtis. And last batting will be Carson Phillips, will be playing center. We're getting the lineup. So yes, it's Jaden Hernandez, catcher. Cole Kesner. Well, let's see, Cole Kesner has been hitting some good numbers this year, I believe. 361 is his batting average. He's got 22 hits and 17 runs, 21 RBIs, 5 doubles and a triple, and 4 home runs. I'd like to get that extended as well. Down to Luke Parrish, who is at right field. John Curtis will be at left field. And Carson Phillips will be at center field. So Chase Brister will be, okay, I wasn't certain if that was the pitcher or not, but it is going to be Chase Brister for the pitching. Chase comes in here, let's see. He's got a 5.38 ERA. He's got 2 wins, 3 losses off his 6 appearances and 36 strikeouts. We'll take a pause for a moment, get the national anthem in. It's all happening right here in Hobbs. All right, we are back. Thank you very much for being here with us as we continue to get started on this game between Roswell, the second district game between these two. Roswell, of course, coming in 0-1. Hobbs coming in at 1-0. Hoping to get out of here 2-0 as well, as it is now. Once again, just let you know, remind you that unlike previous seasons, last year is the first one that went 1-1. And maybe it's working out, who knows. We'll find out after this season is over with. They'll vote on it and see what they're going to be doing for the next season. If they're going to go back to the 2-1 format, or they're going to stick with this one, or maybe try something else. Who knows? And I never know. Also, the the district could grow, could shrink. It couldn't really shrink so much. It's only got 4, but could grow. So that is a possibility as well. So let's see. Well, a little dark over here for the sun is shining just enough to mess up this. There we go. So at the first inning of the game on Tuesday, the score was tied at 1-1. Actually, no, that was last year. That's right. It was 1-1 last year. Hobbs was able to belt in 3, and Roswell only 1. So at the end of the 2, it was 4-2, and that stayed that way until the bottom of the 4th, when Roswell punched in 7 runs unanswered, before Hobbs came back in the 5th and answered that with 7 as well. So at that point, it was 11-9, or 11-8 actually, when it was tied up at the bottom of the 5th at 11 each. Hobbs couldn't score in the 6th inning, and Roswell did in the 7th by 1. So when we went to the top of the 7th, it was a 1-run difference. Hobbs tried to get back into it, just could not get the run to come across the plate. And the final score, once again, was 11-10. At that point, Roswell had 9 hits and 4 errors, 12 runs. Meanwhile, Hobbs had 11 runs off of 10 hits and 2 errors. And like I said, it was a windy day. It was very hard to see sometimes with all the dirt that was flying around. Hopefully we won't have that problem, but right now I see the wind is picking up a bit. It is blowing out of the field right now, so this is a good hitting time for batters to carry it out as we get underway. Looks like we've got our first batter up, and it's going to be Joaquin Balanes. He is going to come in for Roswell. Let's see what he's got. Let's see if I've got any numbers on him. He hits .407. That's his batting average. And here's his first pitch. Once again, Chase Brister on the mound. Chase delivers, swung on and missed, strike 1. Should be a very interesting game between these two. They keep getting the best out of both of them. Of course, they also have Clovis and Crossbat to deal with as well. Clovis is getting better. That one is outside for the ball. Ball 1. 1-1 is what we've got early in this game. We've just gotten started. Thank you very much for being here. Whether on HobbsAmerica.com or YouTube, here comes Chase with another one. That is going to be fouled off and back. Kind of looked like it might have been a ball, but you never know until it gets called. So in the meantime, though, it is a strike call because of the foul. 1-2, back to the action. Chase back on it again. Hits this one foul, and it's going to go to the high to the right. It's going to take forever to land. And I think it just did. So stays the count at 1-2. This is Ron Gunner for Ty Friend. That one goes across, struck him out looking. Strike 1, first strikeout of the game so far for Chase. Nicely done as he sets him down for Joaquin. Once again, had a really nice average of .407. Coming up next is going to be Jace Griffin. Griffin's going to be pitching. And he has a .436 batting average. That one goes across, finds the corner, and is a strike. Nicely done. 0-1. So far, Chase is on the money right now, delivering some fast, really good inside pitches. That one high, though. No chase, and will be 1-1. Sometimes they get away with you, but so far he's had, of his 5 pitches, just 2 have been ball. That one inside, not going to find it, and will be a ball. So 2 and 1 for the count. Jace Griffin with Lujan coming up next, number 18. That one's going to be hit, smacked up, and it's going to go to first to Cole. Cole's going to try to get it back to the pitcher, but instead doesn't quite get the right angle on that one, and it will be safe at first. So 1 hit so far, Jace Griffin with that. And coming up next is Elias Lujan. Tried to wrap my tongue around that L a little wrong, but Lujan up. The count of 0-0 right now as he gets ready for the first pitch. 1 on and 1 out. Brister looks back, checks the runner, decides to go ahead and throw, and he does. And that one goes across for a strike. Nicely done for the first pitch. Lujan has a .403 batting average. Top 3 batters are on. It seems like at least some of the better ones. That one goes across while watching a strike. 0-2. So nicely done for Chase. Keeping the batter guessing and the bat on the shoulder. One more attempt. Looks back. Decides to go ahead and throw. There he goes. Hit high and up the middle. It's going to go back. Looks like towards the wall. Warning track. It's going to be caught. No, actually, I think it went over. I think the wind carried it. It looks like it'll be a home run. So it is a home run. That'll take in 2. And we have an early lead for Roswell as that is a 2 RBI home run for Lujan. So quickly on the board with 2 and 1 out. Coming up next, it's going to be Alex Lamelo. And he, let's see, do I have any numbers on him? .459 batting average. First one goes across a little high over everybody's head, ball 1. So 1-0 is the count right now. Once again, catching for Hobbs as this one gets across. Nicely done, and that is going to be a strike. Hernandez catching, and that is now 1-1. Hit, and it's going to go up the middle. It's going to be back to the warning track, and this one will be caught for out number 2. So luckily it didn't quite carry like the first one did, but nevertheless, though, is an out. And that was thanks in courtesy to Carson Phillips. So 2 down. Coming up next for Roswell and the Coyotes. So that first one goes across for the ball. Mike Lynn coming up next. Thinks that first one is the ball. See what happens as dealt again. Hit this time. It's going to be high, and it's going to be a shallow pop-up. And it's going to be caught easily by the second baseman. That, of course, is going to be taken care of by Jaden Taylor. So damage was done, though, with a home run. 2 runs come across. We'll be back in a moment as we continue coverage. It's all happening right here on the Hobbs Eagle Network. All right, we are back, and that was 2 hits, 2 runs, nobody left on base, no errors, 1 strikeout, and no walks. We go to the bottom of the first. Coming up first, it's going to be Jaden Taylor playing at second base. Jaden's going to swing on that one and miss for strike 1. Jaden Taylor comes in here with a game. Let's see, he is hitting 377. As that one bounces, going to be a ball. So Jaden comes in, Taylor, 377 with 23 hits, 23 runs, 14 RBI. That one gets hit. It's going to be high, and it's going to be foul, but is it going to be catchable? No, it was, but they did not catch it. So a foul ball strikes or gives it to a strike 2. So Taylor comes back after that strike, long strike. He's had 5 doubles, 2 triples, no home runs yet. It will look good, but didn't quite stay fair, which was adequate as far as it being. It was a good hit. It was probably catchable if it would have been fair. Speaking of which, that is a ball 2. So 2 and 2 is what we've got so far. Thank you very much for being here on this kind of windy. It's going to be getting a little windier, I'm sure, as the forecast has said, but it's definitely sunny, nice and warm. And that'll be a swing across. It's like foul ball. So count stays at 2 and 2. Jace Griffin on the mound for the Coyotes. As the number 10 Hobbs faces number 20 Roswell. That one goes well outside. That is definitely a ball. Full count. First batter for Hobbs. Taylor is looking to see about getting on base. He could with a walk, as the count is full once again. Got the wind going out, so he's got a nice chance of being able to carry and go yard. It is going to go high, ball 4 for the walk. First runner on. And next batter coming up is going to be Jason Fuentes. Fuentes is a bit of a hitter. You know he's a runner. He is at shortstop. Jason comes into the game hitting 344, 15 runs off of 22 hits, 14 RBI, has 3 doubles and a triple. That one goes across and will find its way for a strike. Strike 1. That's pretty much what happened with Jaden, and we all know where he is. He's at first. He has got a small lead. Looks back. There he goes. Delivery. It's going to be hit up the middle. It's going to be finding some ground as it bounces to the wall, and will definitely be a double. And no moss. So that is a nice hit for Fuentes. 2 hits in a row. Actually 1 hit, walk, and that time with the double gets Jaden Taylor all the way over to third. Will be no outs, 2 on scoring. Timeout for a moment as Jaden Hernandez will be coming up next. He is the catcher. Jaden Hernandez is set up with a .407 batting average. Has 22 hits, 9 runs, 25 RBI, 6 doubles, and he has hit 4 home runs. If he does that, he can get the lead on this one, or at least a tie. Nope, lead. He is the lead with 2 on, no outs. But he does have the win once again. This one goes across. He hits it foul. Crowd out here hoping for some fireworks from this young man. Gets ready. Pitcher is waiting for the call that he wants from his catcher. Catcher being Orozco. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. We hear from, that could be the JV game I'm hearing right now, or maybe the, yeah, I hear some music back there. I know they're playing. They won the first game just the other day, 14-0 against Roswell, so congratulations to them once again. 2 on, no outs. Here we go with the delivery. Inside, that's not going to make it, and that'll be a ball. Jaden had to get out of the way on that one just a little bit. Not too much, but still didn't have some movement on there. Did look a little too close to call. So we've got a call now of 1 and 2. Once again on the mound is Jace Griffin. Griffin with the delivery. A little high on that one. Swung on, though. And will be strike 3, unfortunately. That looked like it was going to be outside, but nevertheless, Jaden bid on it, and that'll be out number 1. Still 2 on, 1 out. Coming up next is going to be Cole Kesner playing at first base. Cole has a .361 batting average, has 22 hits, 17 runs this season, 21 RBI. Swing on and missed on that one, strike 1. Also has 5 doubles, a triple, and also has 4 home runs. Also is a home run threat. Wind's changed a little bit, but not too dramatic. No, it is going back to where it was, so it is still hitting wind. Just a bit outside, didn't chase, and that'll be the ball. Ball 1. Too eager to get across. Of course, that'll be Jaden Taylor and Jason Fuentes. Cole again, 1-1 count. Watches that one drop. Doesn't chase it. Good eye, as it is now 2-1. Nice crowd here watching the game. Single game, not a doubleheader like usual. Long delivery, and here we go with the pitch here in just a second. A lot riding on it with 2 on and 1 out. That one goes back foul, and the count stays. Actually goes to 2-2. So now it's all about making sure you get it in front of you, or at least staying alive. Taking a little while, taking a moment. Goes in, gets set up again for Cole. And the delivery. Hit inside, that'll be right over to third. Bobbles it, can't get it, and will load the bases, as that is going to be an E5. But Cole does get on, to the excitement of the crowd. Coming up next is going to be Tristan Montez. Montez is playing at third base. And the third baseman is coming in with .315 average, batting average, with 17 hits, 12 runs. Also has 14 RBIs, 5 doubles, a triple, and a home run. Here he comes with his first pitch. Inside, swings it anyway, and actually we have a bit of an injury delay right now with the catcher. Apparently he did not quite get that right, hit him in the chest, and he is in pain. We're going to take a break on this one. Be back in a moment as we've got bases loaded, 1 out, in Roswell with a timeout injury. It is Isaac Carrasco who's in a bit of pain right now. So we're going to see if he's going to continue out. He may continue, who knows, but he is 0-0. And he's being looked at right now. Apparently it got somewhere where the protection wasn't, the padding wasn't, it hit him in the chest or maybe in the abdomen, but either way, he had to go down for a moment. But he's standing right now, so he seems to be all right, but we will find out as he is talking it over. But with the breeze out there, it could be a nice day. So let's go ahead and take another break. Be back in a moment as we continue coverage. It's happening right here on the Hobbs Sports Network. Looks like the kid will continue. So after that pause, and looks like he is all right after all, just a momentary injury. He will continue though. So Tristan Montez coming up. He is 0-1 right now on the count. May check to see actually. I don't know. He still might be pulled, but we're going to see if he can do his catching duties. And like I said, that's one of the hardest positions. No, he's not. And I still applaud him for taking that hit and hoping to move on. But instead, he's going to be substituted. So we'll find out who that is and get back into it. Let's pause for a moment. We're on HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube. Thanks again for watching. I am Ron Gunter taking the place of Ty Fran. I'm not replacing him. I'm just covering for him for this game. Next game is going to be on Tuesday, and that'll be Clovis. Clovis is actually looking pretty good as well. Both teams, both Hobbs and Clovis today are at 11-10. Of course, they are facing Carlsbad, one of the juggernauts of our district. And Carlsbad has a pretty good record. In fact, they are 6th in the ranking at 11-10. I didn't expect. Oh, that's unusual. Usually they have a higher ranking, or higher win percentage, but still they have 18.22 strength, or actually that is the ranking, and the strength of schedule is 18.1. Hobbs has a ranking of 15.9. Roswell has a ranking of 7.5, and their strength, or their rating is at 5.56. So they have a 9-11 record right now. They're trying to get back to 500. Hobbs don't want above 500. Would like to stay at 500. Cleveland, though, number 1, followed by Piedra Vista, number 2, 19-2. Cleveland, of course, is 20-1. And Hobbs faced them twice this season. Rio Rancho is 3rd with 17-4. La Cueva is 4th, 16-3, as they warm up the catcher. Centennial is next on there at number 5, 17-1. They have a 7.4 rating, or strength of schedule, I should say. So that's one of the reasons why they're lower. Carlsbad once again is 6th. El Dorado is 7th with a 15-4 record. Mayfield 8, 11-6-1. Los Lunas comes in at 9 at 10-7. And Hobbs in there in the top 10, 11-10, with a rating of a 15.9 of strength of schedule. So that's one of the better ones. In fact, actually, that is the second best of the teams. So once again, that's the reason why they have a ranking of 10th. Getting back into it once again, let's go ahead and get, oh, that's the wrong side, but that is definitely going to be Tristan Montez, 0-1, resuming his batting with bases loaded. That one goes inside, sneaks in for the strike. And now it is 0-2. Tristan's going to have to protect the plate if he wants to get something going, especially if he wants to get an RBI and get a couple of runs in. That's what Hobbs would like to do in the bottom of the first. Long delivery, trying to get the right signal, and a time by the ump. Actually, I believe it was by the batter. So Tristan steps out of the box, gets ready once again. That is his prerogative. Tristan once again, here we go. A little high, hits it anyway, foul. I think that would have been a ball, but nevertheless, he taps it for a foul. So the count stays at 0-2. Not back in the box yet, now he is. Ready to go. Wind getting stronger, it seems like. Still blowing out. Hitters, wind. As this one goes, hit and fouled once again. So he's able to hit the ball, he's just not able to get it in front. If he can get a grounder or something, he could be able to get at least one RBI. If he gets really deep, it might be a sacrifice fly, but unless he could score 1 or 2 and get some RBIs under his belt. Long wait. Here we go. Inside once again, and that is another foul. This time it's a souvenir for the net. As it continues to roll on there, and actually stopped. Somebody said it continues to roll in there. Said no, it's not. So now we're still at 0-2. Tristan back again. Getting ready, gripping it. That one goes across. Low for the ball. It'll be ball 1. Collective sigh of relief from the crowd, I believe. As that one looked like it was a little bit too much on the money. But 1-2 is the count. Get a little more people here for the crowd. Roswell trying to get back to 1-1. Hobbs trying to advance to 2-0. That is going to be a ball. So 2-2 now. We're tied at 2. Tristan still at bat. Base is still loaded. 1 out. So, yep, that's right. All right. So we've got, like I said, patience at the plate. Here comes delivery. Check swing, and that's going to be ball 3. So 3 in a row, 3 balls in a row. The first 2 strikes, actually a couple of foul tips. And here we are, full count, bases loaded, 1 out. Drama is always with these 2 teams. Taking his time, doesn't want to mess up. You know what they say also, study long, study wrong. And a timeout, just as he was about to wind up. That is psychological on both sides. The pitcher taking his time, making the batter wait for the delivery. Batter, on the other hand, says, you know what, you made me wait too long, and I see you're about to wind up, so let's go ahead and stop the action for a moment. And now he's getting a little quicker. Hits this one, and that'll go straight over to right field. And bingo bongo, we've got a grand slam on our hands. Let's go to Denny's, everybody. No, I'm just kidding. But that is a grand slam. Tristan Montez hits it for an all-4 RBI dinger to score 4 and get the lead, of course, for the Hobbs Eagles. 4-0 is the score. We're still in the bottom of the first. 1 out. Once again, Tristan with the homer over to right field. Sailed over the wall. Nicely done. Yeah, it's coming up next. A little bit anticlimactic, but still, you know what? Still, the game has to go on. That's just the first innings. So yeah, we have plenty of time to go. This is going to be, I think it's Coop Grebon. Let's see. I'm looking at the wrong side. That would help. Coop. Yep, Coop it is. Coop takes that first one across for the ball. Something I haven't been mentioning is, well, most everybody knows the players, but Coop is a sophomore. That one gets rung up for a strike. So 1-1 is the call against Coop. He comes in, 321 batting average, 9 hits, 12 runs, has 7 RBIs, 2 doubles, and 1 home run. And now it's going to be just a bit foul. So count goes to 1-2. Coop is the designated hitter for this one. Coming up after him will be Luke Parrish. Luke Parrish is in right field. Delivered on that one, swung on and missed. Strike 2. Nope, actually that is a strikeout, that's right. So that is the second strikeout of the game for Roswell. And the second out of the inning. Luke Parrish, nobody on, 2 outs. Playing at right field. Luke comes in, 250 on his batting average, 9 hits, 11 runs, 2 RBI. Not hitting as well as he usually does, but first one goes across. He does have a good eye. He rarely does get walked or does get struck out. That one is ball. Ball 1. Hit back for a long strike as it is a foul ball, 1-1. So 2-run lead for Hobbs right now over over Roswell. That'd be nice if it was over Carlsbad, but no. It's over the red team, over Roswell. Coyotes here. That one finds its way across, but it is ball. Just been inside. 2-0 is the count right now. Clovis next week, Carlsbad the week afterwards, and of course for Roswell it's the opposite. Hit high, and it's going to be a shallow hit. As you know, it's going to go further back. It's going to go closer to the wall than I thought. But it will be caught, and that'll be out at number 3. Looks like that was taken care of by Alex. So we've got some damage done, though, from the Hobbs squad, as that was the 3rd out over in right field. Take a break, be back in a moment as we get our numbers and let you know what's happening. We'll be back right here on the Hobbs Eagle Network, whether on hobbsandbreaker.com or on YouTube. So off of 2 hits, 4 runs come across off the home run. That was dinged by Tristan Montez. I believe that's his 5th of the season. No, that's his 2nd of the season. So Tristan with his 2nd home run of the season. Had 1 error, nobody left on base. Had 2 strikeouts in the process along with 1 walk. We go to the top of the 2nd. Hobbs in the lead, 4-2. Roswell coming up. First one up is going to be, I want to say that's Duncan Dominguez. Duncan Dominguez, let's see. Oh, Davian Dominguez. And he comes in hitting .333. See, I can't read my own handwriting. That's right, that's a V. So we're getting underway as Devane gets up and Dominguez gets ready to bat. He's facing against Brister. Second inning, here we go. As that first one gets jacked to the left, but too far. Yep, too far out of play, in fact. It will be a long strike. So 0-1 is the count right now. Here it comes. Low outside, ball 1. So he ends that up in 1-1 for the count. Still have a nice crowd out here. Sun won't be too much of a problem except for maybe on right field. Hit backwards for the foul. Count is now to 1-2. Love the Eagles nest in the back. As we get underway for another throw, here it goes. Hit in the back, unfortunately, that means hit by pitch, and that will be Advance it of the base to first for Dominguez. Don't want to see that too often, but sometimes it does happen. Gets out of your hand a little odd, and next thing you know, you got a hit batter. So Andre Fuentes, the designated hitter, coming up next. Andre, let's see, do I have any numbers on him? He is hitting .571. Nice. He is one of the better. I think he's actually one of the best. No, he is one of the top batters for Roswell. And he's trying for a bunt. Does not go for it. In fact, they throw back to first, not in time, but nice little effort as Fuentes tries for the bunt, gets the strike instead. 0-1 for the count. So once again, back to the box. Andre, or Andrew. Say it right. Andrew. Steps off the mound for a moment. Steps out of the box is Andrew. Or it could be Andrew. Actually, I may be emphasizing the wrong part of that, so Andrew. Ready to go. Top of the second. Bunt attempt. This time pulls out. Apparently he did just in time. Did not get the strike call. 2-2. Oh, actually 0-2. So that wasn't the strike the first time either. Back to first in time. Safe. So once again, a really good batter in Andrew. Goes for the bunt again. Up high. Ball 3. Strike 3. Right. Strike 6. No. Fuentes back for the designated hitter for Roswell. Coyotes trying to get something on. Strike on that one. Nicely done as it finds the corner and catches the eye of the ump enough to be able to call it. 3-1 now is the call. So no outs, 1 on, 3-1 the count. Top of the second, and we've got a 2-run lead for Hobbs. 2-0 in the first for Roswell, or 2 for Roswell, 4 for Hobbs after the home run dinger by Montez. We'll be talking about that a lot. Going back to the first base in time, we'll be safe. Try again. Delivered another bunt attempt. This time will be a strike. Full count now for Andrew. That one's going to be walk. So Fuentes at first, be Dominguez at second, and now to be Nevarez coming up. And he is hitting a .217 batting average for the third baseman. First delivery comes across, a little outside, trying to make sure nobody steals. I believe that's usually what happens when somebody's on, especially when you've got 2 on. Ball 1. So Brister still on the mound. Looking back to second. Nobody there to throw to anyway if he did, as it is spaced out. Bunt attempt will be a strike. So it appears early on that Roswell is just trying to get small ball in here and get some runners to move, even if it means sacrificing the runner at first. Here we go again with the count 1-1. Swung on and missed. Oh, there was 2 strikes already, so I missed 1, so that'll be, nope, okay, so the batter was a little off. He was walking away like he was dejected, like he'd already had 3 strikes, but he did not. That was just 2. outside, still 2 on. So now we're at 2-2. So Navarez coming up next after him is Orozco, if he is able to do, because he did get injured, so it may not be him. That is going to be brought back, still with a count of 2-2. Looks like we do have a different batter over there, number 6. So umpire going over to the bench over there for Hobbs for something. And that's going to be Landon Lucero, sophomore. So Oscar is a senior, but Landon Lucero, who is going to be, looks like he can be batting for him, is a sophomore. So yeah, Jace Griffin is a senior. On right now is Dominguez. Dominguez is a senior. Here we go, the delivery. Swung on and missed. Now he's at strike 3, and now he can sit down. So that is going to be the 3rd strikeout of the game, out. And coming up next, once again, like I said, it'll be Landon Lucero. Landon has, let's see, I don't have any numbers on him. Hit on that one, and it's going to go to second. He's going to try for a double play, but instead just gets 1, as it'll be a 4-6. So the fielder's choice gets Landon on. For the out, number 2. Coming up next, top of the order, looks like it should be Joaquin Balenas, shortstop. And it is number 13. And again, he came into this one at .407 batting average. So we've got 2 out. And runners on the corners. This one goes across, strike. Nicely done for the first one. So still at the top of the second. Trying to extend this, trying to get back into it, the tying run at first. Gets it across a little high. I think they were throwing it for the possible pickoff, but instead, just going to be a ball. So 1-1 is the call right now. Runners on the corners. Do not want to let them try to steal second and then steal home in the process. But they do just need 1 out. So however you want to get that, that'll stop the bleeding and make sure that you get stay with a 2-run lead. That one goes across high, outside or inside for the ball. Sitting at 2-1 right now. Runners once again getting some lead. That time it's going to get hit to the left, and it's going to bounce in front of left field as one comes across. So it'll be an RBI single for Griffin. Sorry, that'll be for Griffin. Or no, Balinas. And makes it a 1-run lead. Coming up next, tall kid, looks like. Jace Griffin now, the pitcher. He had a single last time up. And that'll go across. Wild pitch, almost got away from him, but he was able to track it down and saved a possible run. There's still runners at first and second now. But that one's going to be a ball. Count is now at 1-0. Looking back in, delivering, crossed to the left and low. Ball 2. Jace Brister still on the mound, trying to get something to get across, get a strikeout possible. He's had 3, I believe, if I remember correctly. It memory serves. 2 anyway. Someone gets hit to the left, finds the gap. It's going to be just in time. Let's see if they're going to throw it to, nope, they're going to be the cutoff man, so it'll be loading up the bases. Nobody comes across, and that'll mean Jace gets to first. So bases loaded, 2 outs. Coming up next, Elias Lujan. Lujan is going to be coming up here. Let's see. Lujan has a .459 batting average. First one comes across a little high, ball 1. And that is some good athleticism from our catcher. That, of course, is Hernandez. If that would have been past him, of course, 1 run would have scored. Ball 1. Here we go with a hit up the middle. Finds the gap. 1 is going to score. They're going to throw back to home, and it's not going to be in time to come across, as runners will be on the corners after that. So Lumile coming up next. After that hit, once again, that is going to be a double, 2 RBI double. And gets back the lead for Roswell. First one goes across for the ball. Alex up for bat. Sounds like the wind's getting up a little bit higher now. Still 2 outs. 2 on the corners once again. Brister trying to get this one out. And low and outside. Ball 2. So far, it has been 3 that come across. High ball, ball 3. So struggling a little bit on the mound, trying to get back into it. Down 3-0. Hits this one, it's going to go foul in foul territory. Cole Kessner is going to try to get underneath it and catches it. And that is out number 3, thankfully. But the damage, unfortunately, has been done. We'll take a moment to look at what happened, be back, and continue the coverage. It'll all happen right here on Hobbs Eagle Network, whether you're on HobbsAmerica.com or on YouTube. Thanks again for being here. This is Ron covering for Ty Friend. Thanks again for being part of this. And as we have on the score, 3 hits, 3 runs. We also had 2 left on base for Roswell, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, and no errors. We're going to go to the bottom of the second, and it is once again with those 3 runs. Down by 1 is Hobbs. Coming up next to bat first is going to be John Curtis. Curtis is playing at left field. First one goes across, low and outside. Just misses it for ball 1. So John Curtis up to bat. This one's going to go Just inside, that one found it. Almost the same exact pitch, but this one snuck in and will be 1-1. So Curtis with .268 batting average, 16 hits, 10 runs, 20 RBI. That one goes over his head. 5 doubles and 2 home runs. So he is a bit of a factor here for, hitting, being able to hit and start out lead off in the bottom of the second. Now it goes outside, good eye, ball 2. Actually, it should be ball 3, sorry. That's what I meant to say, ball 3. 3-1 is the count. Hits that one, it's going to go to shortstop. Short is going to rally it to, nope, not in time. In fact, actually it goes past. And that means John's going to go to second. Slide, could go to third, but he won't. So he does get to go to second after all. So it stretches that. Would be a single, but instead it's going to be an error off the throw. So 1 on so far, no outs. Bottom of the second. Coming up next is going to be Carson Phillips. Carson comes in, .280 on the batting average. 14 hits, 19 runs, 4 RBI, 1 double, 1 triple, and 1 home run. So he's had some experience, and he does have the win, looks like. Actually, I don't even see the flag anymore. I don't know if they got it, removed it or what. Didn't see that one, but that was a bunt. Thrown over to third. Is that in time? It is in time, and it'll be safe. The runner is safe at third. So the fielder's choice is going to get Carson on first. And we're going to go to the top of the order. Top of the order, of course, is going to be Jaden Taylor. Taylor had a walk last time and was part of that 4 RBI score. So let's see if he can get a hit this time with runners on the corners. And no outs. That goes high, ball 1. Crowd's going to go wild if he can get a hit on this one, especially if they are able to score with the RBI from third. Runner goes. He's going to steal second. Nope, in fact, they're going to go back to third. Is that in time? Yes, it is. So the sneak tried to get it in, but instead threw it over to third. It did not work, but the steal goes to second. So Carson Phillips at second now. John Curtis already at third, I believe. And now once again, top of the order, Jaden Taylor. 1-1 is the count right now. Taking his time. On the mound once again is going to be Jace Griffin. Griffin deals. Hits that one. It's going to be foul. Let's see. Possibly, as it looks like it's going to go just foul and hit the wall or near the wall. Actually hit the warning track. So it would have been really a good hit, but didn't line that up quite well enough for strike 2. 1-2 is the count. As we have runners on second and third now. Gets back in the box. We are going to deal. Long wait. Long leadoff 2 for second base. That is hit foul, just barely. Gets past Coach Boyle. I believe has been on now for 19 seasons. It's incredible. 2-2 is a call, though. Would like to get a hit. Could get on base without having to score. That'd be a walk. Or a single that's hit to the left. But it is Taking his time again, making sure he doesn't make any mistakes. He's got 2 on already. This one's hit up the middle. It's going to look like it's going to be over the head, and it does. It finds it towards the wall. He's at the warning track. 1 scores as we get 2, a double. So a 2 RBI double for Taylor as he gets that one across and gets the lead back for the Eagles as well. 6-5 is the score now. As coming up next is going to be Fuentes. Jason, who had a double in the first, I mean. If he gets double again, he'll have another RBI to his name. Right now, 6-5. We've got no outs. Looks back to second, delivers. That's going to go back for the foul. Oh and 1. Hopefully nobody got that one in the head or anywhere else for that matter. I've been hit by baseball, softball, and some other balls as well, and never a pleasant thing. But unexpected? No, nothing unexpected is ever fun when it comes at you like that. So we're coming back to it. 0-1 is the count. Is that really not hoping up? There it goes up the middle as it goes, and it's going to find, nope, it did not find the gap, but it did get the runner to advance to third. Of course, that'll be once again Jaden Taylor, who is at third now. So Fuentes with the pop fly out is going to be the first out. Coming up next, Jaden Hernandez is going to rock them. Oh, he struck out last time up. Would like to get a whole lot better results this time. As there is 1 on, 1 out. And we're in the bottom of the second. Lead is by 1 right now. These two teams love to play each other, love to win. It's very competitive between the teams. Just 2 hours away from each other. Delivery here. Hit and foul, just barely. Probably would have been over at third base, but nevertheless, and they had a third baseman or had a third base runner there, so that could have been interesting. But nevertheless, that would be a foul. And the count is now at 0-1. Here comes another delivery. Swung on and fouled back to the right. Souvenir time. 0-2. Looking at lower end. Like I said, he struck out the first time and hoping not to do that again. So he has to be smart on his swing. Now he's going to go across and found a ball call. 1-2 now for that. Coming up next is going to be Cole Kesner once again. He got on by error, with a throwing error. Somebody called timeout. Could have been the batter. Either way, timeout called. So back to the box is Jaden Hernandez. 1-2 for the count. Another delivery. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And that is his second strikeout of the game. 2 outs. Still 2 on. Or 1 on. Coming up, Cole Kesner, first baseman. Got on with an error last time, like I said. Would like to get something going to score with an RBI. Runners at third. Till you die. So once again, delivers. Outside, ball 1. Had to have done a little bit of stretching on that one. First ball is a ball. Here comes another throw. That one goes inside and finds the mark. Strike. Count is now at 1-1. 1 on, 2 outs. Hobbs up by 1. That one's going to be hit back. Souvenir City for those that are there, but that's going to be strike number 2. It's the only bad thing about it, fouls. The only good thing about fouls is you can't foul out. Keeps you alive on at the bat. Coming up next after this will be the home run hitter, Tristan Montez. Another foul ball, unplayable. Count stays at 1-2. Ball comes in. Goes back to it. Looks like it is Landon. That is catching now after an injury for Roscoe. So that goes outside. Nope, he's going to get rung up. That is going to be strike number 3 on that one. And Cole Kesner goes down watching it. So we are going to go ahead and take a break. We're going to go to the top of the 3rd in just a moment. It's going to be happening right here on the Hobbs Eagle Network, whether you're on HobbsAmerica.com or on YouTube. Thanks for being here. I'll be back in a moment. So we've got in this second inning, bottom of the second, it was 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 left on base, 1 error, throwing error, and 2 strikeouts, no walks. We go to the top of the 3rd, and it is Roswell down once again, just like they were in the second, by 1 this time. 6-5 is the score. It is Brister on the mound, warming up once again. Always like to make sure, though, on that. On that we can rely. Yes. Thank you very much for being here, spending your time with us on this free broadcast, where it always is free. Thank you to our sponsors, whom you see on the bottom of the screen. First one up for Roswell will be Luke Lynn. Luke had a shallow fly out to second base at his first time up. A little fast, a little high ball, and that'll be ball 1. Luke's one of those hitters that can do some damage. And that one's going to go high. Is it catchable as he tries to get underneath it, and does. He had to shove the umpire out of the way a little bit to get to it. It went to his left-hand side. Nevertheless, though, it'll be fly out for out number 1. So 1 out, and Dominguez coming up next, Devane Dominguez. He had a hit by pitch last time. Like to get a hit on his own without being hit. First one's going to go up. It is going to drop and be a strike. It's one of those nice little sinkers there. 0-1. So Brister has some control on that. That's going to be hit foul. And that'll be behind us. So it's quickly 0-2 is the count. Coming up for one more opportunity. That's going to be hit. Nice little strike. Looks like it's going to find the gap, and it'll be over the wall, actually. So that'll be a nice little home run for the Coyote. And again, that is going to be Davian Dominguez. So home run for him. Makes the score even at 6. And let's see, I don't have any, that's right, I was going to say the numbers, but don't have any on them. Coming up next is going to be Andrew Fuentes. Fuentes comes in, let's see, 571 batting average. First one's going to go across for the ball. Second one, ball also. So 2 balls. For Fuentes. That one is going to be a strike, called strike. So you watch it go by. So 2-1 the count. So far, Roswell has been able to score in every inning. So that one goes low, bounces a little bit for ball 3. That's a nice strike down the pike for a strike. And we've got a full count. 3-2. And it goes across for the walk. So Fuentes gets the walk. Next up is going to be Nevarez. That's Arath Nevarez. He is playing at third base. 217 batting average for the sophomore. First one goes, throw back to first, in time, safe. So the one that did hit the home run just a moment ago, that's a strike, called strike. It's 0-1 now. High ball. High ball makes it 1-1. That's right, okay. So Nevarez, let's see, for the senior, yeah, he's the one that knocked it out of the park. I think it carried because of the wind. Over his head, had to duck on that one. Ball 2. 2-1 is the call. Next up is going to be the catcher, Lucero, sophomore. This one goes. Slow delivery this time. Finally does. Hits it to short. He's going to rally it over to second. Try for the double play. Didn't make it in time, but does get the one, I believe, unless, oh, there he goes. He's finally leaving. So 1 out, or another out. That's 2 outs on the fielder's choice. So fielder's choice makes it 2 outs. And it is Lucero coming up next. Top of the order after this one. Delivers on that. Oh, check swing, and that's going to be ball. It's a ball 1. Brister trying to argue, but nope, called safe. Not the greatest advantage point from where the ump is, but nevertheless, a call of safe. So ball 1 on this one with 1 out, or actually it's 2 outs, 1 on. And that one goes across, ball 2. 2-0 the count right now. So we're at the top of the third. We already have 1 runs coming across, or came across for Roswell, tying up the game at 6. Head back over to first in time, and we'll be safe. Tried to pull a double play just a moment ago, but just got 1. This one's going to be a hit, foul. 2-1 is the count right now. Let's see, that was 6-4. That's right. Put that ball in the pocket. Count is now at 2-1 once again. Brister on the mound, delivering. High ball for ball 3. Trace trying to get out of this inning after 2 outs. Delivers there, hits it, and going to be just foul. Ooh, just barely foul, too. Catchable, but not quite in the range. So count stays. And I'm seeing, yep, that's right, full count, 3-2. Swung on and hit over to second. Actually, that is first. Second got it over to, well, actually it was from second to shortstop, was able to get the tag, and that'll be out number 3. So Nevarez is going to be out. That'll be out number 3. We'll be back in a moment as we continue the coverage right here. It's all happening on HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube. Thanks for being here. All right, we've got the count as 1 hit, 1 run, nobody left on base. After that one, it was no errors, no strikeouts, and 1 walk. We're going to go to the bottom of the 3rd. It is all tied up. 2 in the 1st, 3 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, and that's how Roswell's gotten their 6. And it has been Hobbs with 2 in the 1st, actually no, 4 in the 1st and 2 in the 2nd. So they've been reducing their runs by half. So hopefully they won't do it again. Either way, they'll get the lead, though, if they do. But they like to see some more productivity. Of course, both sides would love to see that as we continue bottom of the 3rd once again. Managers meeting over there on the left-hand or right-hand side. As Hobbs goes over there, talks to the manager of Roswell. Coming up is going to be first bat, the man who just hit it out of the park just moments ago, Tristan Montez, third baseman. He hit it over the right field wall. Of course, anybody and everybody would love to see another hit like that again, except for the Roswell side, but nevertheless, though, that's the reason why you pitch, to try to avoid those things. First one's going to go across, down the pike for a strike. Drop, but still a strike. Oh, 1-1 now. Start of the 3rd. Here comes the delivery. That is just on the corner, apparently, and found the strike zone, strike 2. Some of the crowd bristling about that one. I thought it was just about right, but again, I'm not quite where the ump is, so I couldn't tell you truly if that was a good one or not. Nevertheless, 0-2. Tristan with the opportunity, swung on and missed, strike 3, and unfortunately he goes down swinging. That is the 3rd strikeout in a row for the Coyotes against this Hobbs squad. Coming up, Coop Greybone. So nobody on, 1 out. Coop is a sophomore, so he'll be developing his skills. First one goes across, down the pike for a strike, unfortunately, and that'll be strike number 1. So again, 3 strikeouts in a row since the last inning. hit, and it's, oh, nicely done as it finds the gap between third base and the third baseman. And it's going to go for a long single. So nicely done as he gets on first. And now Luke Parrish up next. Luke flew out to right field for the third out. So 1 on, 1 out, Luke up. Following him will be John Curtis. Curtis got on with an error. And scored in the last inning. That one's going to be a ball call first for Mr. Parrish. 1-0, the count. Parrish ready, outside, did not swing, good eye, and that is going to be 2-0. Does like it him high and hard, so let's see what he can do this time. White is going to find it as it goes inside. Drops and finds the zone. 2-1. So 1 out, 1 on. Luke Parrish up. Coming up after him is going to be John Curtis. Throws back to first and tags, but is still safe. Thank you very much for being here on this Friday early evening, pre-evening. 6:14 is what we've got on the clock. Already an hour into this game. That one goes high. Ball 3. Three and 1 is the count. Goes back to the lead on this at first. Delivers high, and it'll be a steal. I don't think they got anybody there anyway. Nope, they didn't. They had no opportunity or chance to be able to get that. Besides which, it didn't matter anyway. It was a walk. So Luke Parrish walks. He's going to advance. He was going to advance to second anyway, Coop was. But he is definitely at second now. John Curtis coming up next. Curtis coming in here is a junior and a left-handed batter. So 2 on, 1 out. Taking a little longer. You have to pitch a little differently as you go left-handed or right-handed. Pitcher himself is a left-hander. That one goes across and is going to find a strike. So left on left. Could get the gap. If he does, he could find his way into an RBI. Just a little outside. That'll be ball 1. Coming up next after him will be Carson Phillips. He is at center field. Last of the lineup for the batting order. Looking back, sign deliver. Hits this one. It'll be fair ball, but it's going to be camped underneath by the left fielder for out number 2. So the fly out over there does not advance the runners, as that was taken care of by Luke Lynn. That's right. No. Let's go with that and 8. Two outs coming up. Top of the order. It's that one already. It's going to go towards the wall. Looks like it'll be the warning track and caught, unfortunately, for the Hobbs Eagles, as that was caught. Oops, wrong side. That'll be caught by Alex. So, fortunately, one swing and pop fly up for Jaden Taylor. Actually, no, that was Carson Phillips. And that is now top of the 4th. We'll be back in a moment as we continue coverage. It's all happening right here on the Hobbs Eagle Network, whether you're on HobbsAmerica.com or on YouTube. Thanks again for being here. All right, coming back. That was no hits, no runs off of one strikeout. We also had 2 walks, 2 left on base, and no errors. We're going to go to the top of the 4th, and it is tied up at 6 after Hobbs goes scoreless into the 3rd. So top of the 4th coming up first. Joaquin is going to be here. He had a strikeout and an RBI double, actually, in his second at-bat. It is Chase Brister on the mound still. That's going to find it. Cross for a strike. Nicely done. A little low, but in the zone. 1-1. Joaquin trying to improve his numbers. That goes across, strike 2. Watch that one go by. Gonna have to defend the plate on this one possibly, and expect Brister to maybe throw a little junk out there. See if he can get Joaquin to chase. Speaking of which, here we go. Swung, and that'll be strike number 3. So first out of the inning. Coming up next is going to be Jace Griffin, the pitcher. He hits this one. It's going to go to left field. And it's going to go to the wall. Looks like it's going to be a stand-up double for him. As Jace is able to get there, and he had a single in his last at-bat. In fact, actually he's had 2 singles in his last at-bat, so that was his 3rd time at-bat. He is going to get a pinch. Oh, no, he is not. I thought he was going to get a pinch runner, but instead, no, he just gave up his equipment. So 1 swing, 1 hit. Here we go again. Our next one up, as that is a ball for Lujan. Elias Lujan. Going to get that first ball. 1-0. Already has 4 RBIs for the game so far. That goes inside for the ball. Ball 2. 2-0 for the call. We've got 1 out, 1 on at second. Wind is blowing hard as that one goes across for the strike. Nicely done. That's right. That one's going to be hit. It's going to go yard, looks like. As he knew it. You know, you can feel it too, and it went center field, looked like. Nevertheless, 2 RBI home runs. So he's had 6 RBIs in this game. So he is definitely helping his cause, this time with a home run. So back to 2 again. That's coming up next. Alex Lumley, who flew out to center, and we have a meeting on the mound. So let's go ahead and take a break. Be back in a moment as we continue coverage. It's all happening right here on the Hobbs Eagle Network, whether you're on HobbsAmerica.com or YouTube, and yes, we're going to get a change in pitching. Just getting an update for you from Levington and Goddard, the boys. And Goddard taking it to him, top of the third right now, and it should be over by the bottom of the third unless Levington can get some scores. It is 24 runs for Goddard, 3 for Levington. Meanwhile, for softball action in Artesia, Levington girls are down by 4. Bottom of the fourth, it is 8-4. Artesia and the Lady Bulldogs are in the lead on game 1. Both those game 1 up a doubleheader. Thanks again for being here as we're about to get underway. Have a relief pitcher coming in already. It's Luke Parrish. Parrish has been pitching over the years. 5.53 average or ERA with 3 wins, 2 losses, 6 appearances. This will be his 7th one with 24 strikeouts. So coming up, it would help if I looked to the right one. So number 8 should be Alex coming up next. After that, 2 RBI home run hitter or dinger. And we're getting ready. First pitch from the relief pitcher is going to go across for the strike. I love his delivery. He's got kind of a sling with sidearm. That one's going to be a little bit off for the ball. 1-1. He's a fast thrower too, so expect quick pitches from him. That one goes inside, check, and he's going to be, didn't check his swing. 1-2. Gets that one across. Able to get that in front of him is Hernandez. Keeps it at 2-2. Nobody on, no outs. That goes high. And we've got a full count. Actually, there's 1 out. That's right, 1 out. So that'll be a strikeout. Strikeout first one for Parrish. And the second out. So it was Brister with 3 1/3 innings so far. Now it goes across, ball 1. Pitching to Luke Lynn, who had a fly out. Catcher caught that one in the foul territory. Also had a infield fly ball to second. Strike 1. Strike 1. Count it 1-1. Quickly back to it. He's going to hit that one and foul. That gets the count to 1-2 now. I think one of Parrish's weapons is keeping the batters off balance. His fast ability to be able to get back in there and deal like he did there. But it goes out just a bit outside for the ball call. And it's 2-2. Lowe had that one to give. Full count. Gets back on the mound, ready, and here we go again. Outside, unfortunately that's a walk. That'll get him on the base. Coming up next, Devane Dominguez. He had a home run last time up. He also had a hit by pitch, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So he could drive in that run and tie it up again. That one goes across, ball, a little low. So wind undetermined, but it is definitely strong out there, as we knew it would be. Second one, high. Hernandez had to jump up for that one, but did. To save it from going wild. 0-2. Parrish back up. Delivers. Oh, and hits him in the back. Lost hit the ball on that one, apparently. As now that puts 2 on. Dominguez on at first. It just looks like that. All right. Andre Fuentes coming up next. Flew out and got walked last time up. Hit, and that's going to be foul, unplayable. He's going to chase it, but there's no way he's going to be able to get through that wall. Strike 1. If he can jump over it. If I was that athletic, I would. 0-1 is the count right now. 2 on with 1 out. 2 outs, sorry. 2 outs. So one more, and that will get us out of this inning. Swung and foul tipped back. 0-2. Designated hitter just wants to make sure he protects the plate now. 2 on and 2 out. Parrish with the delivery. Strikes him out as that was a little high, but not high enough for the K. 2 strikeouts from Luke Parrish. And we are at the bottom of the 4th. Yes, indeed. We'll be back in a moment as we continue coverage. It's all happening right here. Please stick around. All right, we are going to the bottom of the fourth. And it was 2 hits, 2 runs. We had 1 left on base, no errors, 2 strikeouts, both of those by Parrish, who had 2/3 of an inning so far. And we've also got 1 walk. Coming up first, top of the order, it's going to be Jaden Taylor. Taylor had a nice little 2 RBI double in his last at bat and walked on his first attempt, but did get the score. Part of that 4 runs from the home run from Montez. First delivery. Does find it for a strike. 0-1 is the count. So bottom of the fourth. Swung on, tipped. Going to go to 0-2 already for Jaden Taylor. Let's see, Taylor is, oh, there he is, junior. 5'10" junior. And goes high and outside for the ball call. Count goes to 1-2. Sometimes I forget what the rhythm is when you're trying to do all these things. And swung on, and it'll be safe. Actually, it'll be third. Well, either way, it's a strikeout, even though it was safe on there. Foul tip, I believe. But out number 1. Coming up to bat next, Jason Fuentes, the shortstop. He was able to get on with a double and then fly out in the second. So we'd love to get back on base again. That one goes in, nicely done, drops in for the strike. Strike 1. Fuentes comes in here with a .344 batting average. That one goes across and finds the strike zone again. So that means Jason's going to have to be careful. Watch out for that junk and protect the plate. 0-2 is the count. 1 out, nobody on. Hits this one, jacks it to the left, but it's going to be caught for out number 2. So that was caught by the Coyote. And that is going to be Luke Lynn, I believe. Oh, that's right. No, wait. First one goes across for a ball. Ball 1 for Jaden Hernandez. Hernandez struck out twice. Would like to get a ball, and this one's going to get hit high. No strikeout this time as it goes back to the wall near the warning track, but tracked down and caught as it was camped underneath. So 3 up, 3 down on that one as we will go to the top of the 5th. Yes, indeed. And we'll be back in a moment as we continue coverage. This all happening right here on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Thanks again for being here. So that was no hits, no walks, no errors, nobody left on base, no no strikeouts, and no walks. We go to the top of the 5th. Had to double check on my numbers on there for the outfield for the Coyotes. Finally got that done. And first up is going to be Nevarez. He is playing at third base. Touching hands. Parrish on the mound. Still relieving. Sweet indeed as we get to the top of the 5th. Crowd still singing even the music stopped. First one goes across for the strike. Watching that go by as the bat is on his shoulder. Quickly with the second one, a little outside, ball 1. Struck out in the second. Had a fielder's choice, got on to first. Last time at bat. A little high over that head of everybody once again for ball 2. Parrish a little quicker on his delivery, especially against the Roswell Coyotes. Remember him pitching last year. That one is another hit by pitch. I think that's the second one of the game. And he will advance to first. Hernandez going out there, making sure he's all right. Of course, what is he going to say? Coming up next is going to be Lucero. Way to come in and get catching duties after their original catcher, Orozco, ended up getting hurt by a pitch. Got it in the gut. Hopefully he is all right. Now it's going to be a bunt as it goes nicely done. It's going to work as it not only goes to first, but he's going to get past first. And it could be thrown home. Nope, they're going to go ahead and stay. He fell. Runner did, that is. He's still going to go in and try it. Nope, he's just going to get tagged out. Fell down, got up, thought that he could go ahead and get the run anyway, but he will be an out at home. So Nevarez got a little greedy on that one and will be the out number 1. But a nice hit nevertheless. So let's see. So it'll be a pinch runner as well as, like we can call that a double. But out number 1 nevertheless is true. Top of the order now as we get back to it. Joaquin up after he had a strikeout last time at bat. Now he's facing a different, all right, no. Yeah, he would be facing a different pitcher, I believe. Anyway, that's me. Ball number 1 after the call from the ump. So 1-0 is the count. Still feeling the wind as it's strong. One and 0 is the count right now. We've got 1 on and 1 out. That one's going to get jacked to the left, and it's going to find its way out of the park as it goes to the left. And this team can hit the ball. Home run again. And that'll be a 2 RBI home run. Seems like 2 is their favorite number. And they've increased the lead to 4. So it seems, I know last year they split the difference between the 2 games, and at this point it's still early, but it could be the same results. Jace Griffin, though, coming up next, the pitcher. And he has had a double last time up. He gets that one up the middle over to shortstop. He's going to rally it up to first in time for this 6-3. And that'll be out number 2. So still 1 on. Actually, none on, I should say, after that clearing home run. Lujan, first pitch is going to be a ball. Lujan has had some success. Has had every bat, has had 2 RBIs. This one won't be, but it'll find the gap, looks like. As it gets near the wall, looks like it's going to be at the warning track, and he's going to go all the way to second. Going to be close, but no, did not get it in time. Thought it was for a moment. Going to be out at second, but instead, ump says safe. So nice little double on that one as well. So it went all the way to the wall. Alex Lumalai going to be coming up next. Struck out last time at bat. And that was the first thrower for Parrish, as there is a meeting on the mound right now. I think he would have had a chance, but let's see if they can stick with Parrish or if they move on. Let's go ahead and take a break for a moment, be back, and we're going to continue the coverage right here. It's a different ball game. 10-6 is the score. We're in the top of the 5th. Be back in just a moment. Looks like we're going to stick with our Luke Parrish, who went in after the 4th inning started. So far he's had about an inning and a third, I believe, if I want to add it right. We're back to it. Alex, first pitch is going to be ball, a ball. I was going to say strike, but you know, strike ball, sprawl. Going again. Roswell trying to get in the head of the pitcher. Oh, there he is. 1 on. And 1 out. Oh, I thought there was 2 outs, but in any case, I'll just go back to 1. And that is going to be a foul ball. So it is 1-1 right now for the count. Yeah. 2-1 now for the count. So we had one that was called out at home, and the second one was a fly out. So I've got 2 outs. The scoreboard only has 1. Swung on and hit foul. Almost hit Luke Lynn, who is on deck to bat next. But the count is now 2-2. Looking back, goes and delivers. Lost the ball, wild pitch, is going to get the runner to third. And that is Lujan. So full count, 3-2 right now for Lumalai. And we up to him if he gets there is going to be Luke Lynn. Delivers, gets it across, and that is going to be ball 4. So it gets it on for first and third now. Runners on the corners. So the only thing to do would be to count the runners to see how many they had in. I know they've got 4 on the board. Sound goes back. Hernandez is going to be able to track it down and find it for the pop fly out against Lynn. So that is going to be apparently out number 2. So now we're at 2. Not sure what happened. I guess he scored on that one instead of being an out like I thought he was. That was Navarez. We'll find out later on. Coming up next, though, is number 3. It'll be Devane Dominguez. First one goes across for the ball. He's a senior batting .333 coming into today's game. That one's going to go across, flying high once again. Maybe another one. No, this time it's going to go over to first base. Cole Kessner has a chance to get it, and he does. Almost lost it in the sun, but he was able to track it down for the third out. Nevertheless, though, it is going to be 4 on the board in the 5th inning. We're going to go to the bottom of the 4th. We'll be back in a moment as we continue coverage right here on the Hobbs Eagle Network, whether you're on HobbsAmerica.com or on YouTube. Thanks again for being here. All right, on the unofficial scoreboard, 4 runs come off of 2 hits. There was 2 left on base, no errors, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk. We're going to the bottom of the 5th. Score 10-6. Roswell up by 4. Coming up to bat first. As that one goes across for a ball. Cole Kessner struck out last time. Got on with an error in the first. That's going to be a hit and foul. Count goes to 1-1. Cole Kessner would like to get on base, improve his batting average. Right now it is at .361. At least that's what it came in as. That one goes across for a ball. Up, down low. Keeping it in there, and it's me ball 2. Swung on and missed. 2-2. Or it actually might be full count at this point. Let's see. I thought we were going to get a call from the ump on what the call was. Nope. Instead, this is going to get hit fair. And wait a minute. Nope. I guess it's going to be a foul ball. Good to go forward, but apparently it hit the ground first, then went out. So foul ball on that one. Try again. Still stays at 2-2. Here's another delivery. Inside low. Yep, that was 3-2. So that is going to be the walk. Cole Kessner gets the walk to first. Always rely on your instincts. So Griffin is still up there on the mound throwing. Next up to bat is going to be Tristan Montez. He had a base clearing home run, a grand slam in the first. Went over the right wall, and then he was struck out in the third. Hoping to get another good hit. That one goes across, a little high, ball one. Tristan would like to see Cole advance, of course. Down by 4. Roswell playing some strong defense so far as they've been shutting down. This one gets out, though, to the right and will be over the head as it bounces off the wall. It will be a long single. So Tristan able to hit the ball, get it off, and is at first. Cole Kessner is at second. Coming up next to bat is going to be Coop Grebon. Got plenty of shirts here. A few of them have his name on it. So we've got some definite fans of his. Where the designated hitter struck out in the first and was able to get on with a walk in the third. See if he can get something for a hit with a 2 men on as he steps out of the box. Down 4. Hobbs wants to get back into this game as it does go to 7. Gets that one across for the ball. Ball 1. Feeling a little cooler out there, but of course, if you're in the sun, you may not feel that coolness. 1-0 is the count right now. Looks back. Delivers inside, almost hit him, but instead will be a ball, 2-0. Sometimes you try to throw too hard, and that might have been one of those times. Didn't get it across the plate. In fact, almost hit the batter. That would have loaded up the bases. For a pitcher, you do not want to do that, especially with no outs. So here we go again. We've got about half an hour to go for the sun to set and the lights to go on. That one's going to get high. It's going to be on the right-hand side. He was a little tracked down. He's still missing it with the sun. Can't find it. It has hit the ground. Lost it from the sun. And I think that's going to either be a double or it's going to be a home run. Let's see what happens. Yep, that is going to be a home run on the right-hand side. Once again, another home run delivered, this time by the Eagles. And that is going to be by Coop Grebon. So nicely done, a 3 RBI run in. And that gets it down to 1 for the lead for Roswell. So let's see, did Greenbond have, as the Coyotes come out there, gives some moment to look and see the numbers. That is his second. He just doubled up on his home runs for the season. He had 1 coming in, and now he has another. Congratulations to Greenbond and to the Hobbs Eagles. Let's go and take a pause for a moment. It is now 10-9, bottom of the 5th, and a 1-run difference. That was a quick meeting, getting back. We're going to go ahead and get Luke Parrish up here once again. Batting 3rd time around, and he was able to get on the last time with a walk. Flew out the first time with that. If, of course, he hits it over there again, could be lost in the sun by the right fielder. Right fielder being played by Alex Lumalai. So first delivery across is going to be a ball. Ping. It's ball 1 for Luke. A little high on that one. Go ahead and swing it. As that went down low, it went dropped fast. It was a sinker. And it will be a foul ball. So in the end, it'll be a strike. 1-1 for the call. Back again, Luke. Getting ready for the next pitch. Delivered. And it's going to be hit. Foul to the left. Almost had a good swing at that one, but just couldn't find it in front of him for 1-2. Answered the 3 runs in the fifth from Roswell. And yeah, that was 3, not 4. So let's see. So it is now actually I've got it down by 1. Oops, that's not it. Oh, and I messed that one up. So let's go. So according to the scoreboard, it is 11-9. Sorry about that. As that one goes across for the ball. And he hits it over to second base for the infield out. Number 1. So I had to look on the scoreboard. It shows 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I've got 4, so not sure how I messed that one up unless it was. Anyway, we'll go back to the game. 1 out, nobody on with that home run clear. That's going to go across for the strike. Batting right now is going to be John Curtis. Last time up, flew out to left. 0-1 is the count right now. Hits that one to the left. I'm sorry, to the right. It's going to find the gap, and it's going to go to the wall. Be bounce off the wall. He's going to get at least 2 out of this one. Stand-up double. And it'll be Carson Phillips coming up next, the center fielder for the game. Last time flew out in the right. Once again, sun is a problem over there. Last time it was hitting near that area. Lost in the sun, and I think we're going to get a pitching change now as they are approaching Jace Griffin. He's been up there for 5 1/3 innings. Let's see what happens. Let's take a break. Be back in a moment. It is a 2-run game now that I'm aware of this. Let's see, that is 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, all right, we'll be back in a moment as we continue coverage and we get a new pitcher. Find out all about that right here. All right, we've got the new pitcher. He is Joaquin. And let's see. Oh, that's right. I don't have that. Joaquin will be throwing for the hurler for the Roswell Coyotes. So that was 4 1/3 innings, if I'm not mistaken, for Griffin. And now coming in to relieve will be Balanis, and that means, let's see, who's at first? Oh, no, was it first? No, it was shortstop. So it may have been a change over to shortstop. Either way, we've got 1 on, 1 out coming up next. Carson Phillips, last time flew out once again. Still some sun action over there on the right side of the field. So it could be a hindrance as we have a time call from Carson. First hurler, or first throw. And now we get underway. High, does it drop down low? No, it does not. It is going to be a ball. Ball one. Always like to check with the scoreboard, make sure we're on the same page, and we are at this point. 1-0, one out with one on. Hits that one. That's going to find the gap. It's going to go right to the wall, and it could be a stand-up double. Actually, it's going to bounce off the wall, and he's going to get an RBI double after that one as they throw it to third. So Carson gets his RBI and a double to boot. And that'll be a one-run game now for the Eagles. 11-10 as they whittled back 4 in this inning. Coming up next, top of the order, Jaden Taylor. I believe that was a strikeout actually for that one. So Jaden back up again, trying to get better. That's going to be a high ball. It's a bit sinkers now from what I see from Joaquin so far, and the couple that I've seen him throw. That one was a ball. So I want to know, something I didn't learn about when I was a kid was, if you watch the pitcher, you can find out his characteristics and find out where the ball is going to be a little bit better. Never thought about that. Ball two. But as they say, live and learn. Experience is always a great teacher. 2-0 is the count right now. One-run lead for Roswell. The Coyotes are trying to hold on to that one as they have one on for Hobbs. That's going to be ball three. Finally calls that one. 3-0. So could get him to first with a walk. That would just put on 2. But I'm sure Roswell doesn't want to do that. That goes across and is a strike call as it's watched going by. Jaden Taylor there, though, still ahead of the count. 3-1. Here we go with another delivery from the reliever. It's this one right back to him, and it's going to go up the gap to center. Is that going to be enough for, they're going to throw it to home, but that is going to be enough to get him, and he's going to go to second as well. So he stretched that single to a double and got the RBI to boot. We've got a tie game, everybody, as it was Carson Phillips who was able to cross for the run. 11-all is the score right now. We're still in the bottom of the 5th. We've got 2 more to go. Coming up next, Jason Fuentes. Last time flew out to left. But right now we're back to a ball game now with 5 runs in the 5th. Hobbs has tied it up. So with one on at second and a relief pitcher. Waited too long on that one, trying to get some call, not sure exactly what. And I know they wouldn't be able to throw it back to second. There's nobody on to be able to take that throw. So 7:07, still got a little bit left for the sun as it goes across. That'll be a ball. One and 0 is the count for Fuentes. Jason, of course, is a senior. We've seen him a few years and always great to watch. That one goes low, ball 2. He's been an outstanding senior, and he will be missed after this season. Of course, all the seniors will, especially Cole Kesner. He is an athletic dynamo. Looks back, delivers, hits that one, and it's going to go left. Is it going to be fair or foul? Nope, just foul. That would have definitely gotten him possibly double since he hit it to the left. Could not have gotten a triple, but still, strike one. Counter now at 2-1. That one goes across, and nope, they thought that was going to be a strike, but ball. So 3-1 is the call right now. Long inning right now as we're down to up to 7-10. That one goes across, strike. So we've got a full count once again for Jason Fuentes. 3-2. One out, one on. Let's see what we've got. Looking back, going to deliver. Thinking about it, nope, there's still nobody there to catch it at second. Hits it, sounds good as it hits off a low bat, but will be flew out to same as last time almost to left field. So it's going to be out number 2 for the left fielder that catches it. That was, of course, Luke Lynn. 2 outs, 1 on at second. And we've got another opportunity to coming up. Tristan Montez, who had a home run in the first, struck out in the second and had a single in the last time at bat. First one goes across, no signal, ball. So Tristan looking to better his average. That one's going to find the mark for a strike, 1-1. And this is going to be the second time around for this lineup in the inning. But with 5 runs, that makes sense. 5 runs, 2 outs. Got some kids out here playing in the dirt. And here you go with the delivery. Goes inside, that'll be a ball. Ball 2. Two and 1 the count for Tristan. Coming up next after him will be Cope Greenbond, who had the 3 RBI home run in this inning. Plenty of players on both sides have been playing well. Go either way. That one is a strike, 2-2 now for the count. So don't ask me about who is the player of the game. Right now it could be a toss-up. Could be Montez, could be Greenbond, could be anybody, and that's just on one side. Had a couple of home runs for Carlsbad. Sorry, I said Carlsbad again. I keep thinking Coyotes and go Carlsbad for some reason. Swing on and miss, and Montez goes down swinging, and that'll be strike 3 and out number 3 as well. We're going to pause for a moment, be back, and we're going to continue coverage. It is a tie game, 11-all, and we're going to go to the top of the 6th. This is the Hobbs Eagle Network, whether you're on HobbsAmerica.com or YouTube or on Cool 95.7's Facebook page. All right, it is 4 hits, 5 runs is what we've got with 1 left on base, no errors, and 1 strikeout. We're in the top of the 6th, and Roswell with a tie game, 11 all. Roswell scored in every single inning so far, 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and 3 in the fifth. So they've been down and back up again. Meanwhile, Hobbs, 4 runs in the first, 2 in the second, 0 in the third and the fourth, but made it up again with 5 in the fifth. Coming up to bat first is going to be swung on a miss for the first one. That is, looks like maybe a new batter. As I was expecting Fuentes, but let's see. I think that's a sophomore. Nope, that is going to be Fuentes. And that is going to be strike 2. 0-2. That one goes across and strike him out as he watched it go by. 3 up, 3 down on that one as he gets out number 1, strikeout 4. That is going to be Parrish. Nevarez coming up next. Had a fielder's choice, got on from a fielder's choice. First one goes across, strike 1. So Sun, not so much of a problem anymore for the outfield, as it is right now 0-1. Hits that one foul, goes back out of play, 0-2. So ideal. Jazz right there. Was there a change in pitching? Looks like there might have been. Yes, indeed. It was, let's see, we are now on to Hendrick Sullivan, senior. That one goes across for the ball. No, wait, sorry, that is, I was right about that. So let's see. So that's the ball. 1-2. And now 2-2. So Sullivan has taken over for Parrish. That one gets hit. Right over to third. He's going to rally it to first, and it'll go in time. Didn't need to tag him, but did for Cole Kesner. Got that one, and it'll be out number 2 for this 5-3. So 2 up, 2 down so far. Next up will be Lucero. Lucero has had a fielder's choice in the first, or second, I mean, and flew out, actually not flew out, but had a ground out in the third. First one's going to go across, will be a ball. We are in the bottom of the, or top of the 6th as that one goes across over to shortstop, and that is Fuentes who gets it in time to first. Cole Kesner catches it from Fuentes, 3 up and 3 down. We're going to go to the bottom of the 6th. We'll be back in a moment as we continue coverage right here at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Hobbs, New Mexico. Thanks for watching. So just for those keeping score, no hits, no walks, no errors, 1 strikeout, and no walks. We go to the bottom of the 6th, tied at 11. We go till 7 unless we go extra innings like we did just on Tuesday, but that is going to be something that will be seen to be believed, or at least seen as it happens. We'll see it when it happens, or something like that. All right, so as I get to talk to myself, I will be right back, and we'll continue it, right, like I said, bottom of the 6th. So once again, the relief pitcher for the Coyotes still on the mound. That is going to be Bolanos Joaquin, as his teammates like to call him, as his name, so why not? So coming up next is going to be Cole Kesner. No, wait, is it? No, wait. Double check. I heard Cole Kesner. I may be wrong, but I think actually it is going to be Cole Kesner, yes. Coming up next. Cole ready. Here's the delivery, and the first one's going to go foul. Strike one. So a nice little evening as the sun sets, lights come on. There goes across, ball one. Joaquin dealing, but that time just got a little out of hand on that one. Oh, going to get hit, and that'll deliver Cole to first. To me, I think actually there was a little bit of a hiccup on that one, but either way, I thought last one that was up was Montez, but either way, I might have been wrong. So one on, no outs. I think actually there's going to be a discrepancy in didn't quite hear what he said, but Tristan Montez. So that was Hernandez. Okay, so that was Hernandez who got the last out. So let's fix that real quick. And there we go, Montez. So I do apologize about that. I said he was the third out, but he was not. Apparently that was Jaden Hernandez. Hernandez swinging a miss. Sorry, that is Montez swinging a miss. Strike one. Cole on, no outs. Bottom of the sixth. We go to 7. We are tied at 11. Joaquin on the mound, going to deliver to Montez. Tristan doesn't swing on that one, a little high for ball 2. Or actually ball 1, 1-1. There we go, a little confusion as we have a pinch runner going out there. Let's see who it is. See if I can see that number. Can't see, but I know Cole is not out there. Backs off the mound for a moment. Trying to collect his thought. Okay, that looks like it's going to be Yudahara out there. Going to be running. So Yudahara is out. Going to run the base for Cole Kesner. Good to say his name, Yudahara. Back on it. And we'll get a pitch. Montez is going to drill that one. And that is going to go foul. I thought that for a second it was going forward, but it is not. Went backwards, and now the count is 1-2. Yudahara ready. Gets a little bit of a lead off, not too big. Tristan gets in the box, and here we go. Back to first. He did not have much of a jump, didn't need to, but got back in time before the throw got there. Yudahara first. No outs. Back to Yudahara. Safe. I may have just been told that just stay on the bag for a moment so he doesn't throw back at you. And he does. Now he's going to get a bit of a lead off now. Same one as before. Looks back over his shoulder, likes what he sees, and goes ahead and will deliver high. I think he was throwing for the steal on that one. 2-2 is the call. And the chess game begins. So 2-all. 1 on with Udahara at first. Tristan, who's hit a home run already, would like to do it again. That is going to be a steal attempt and ahead of the throw. And that'll be an out. Unfortunately, Udahara wasn't able to get on the horse fast enough. It will be out number 1 as he is caught stealing. So 1 out right now, nobody on. And it is going to be the count of full. As once again, Montez gets to see another pitch. Swung on and missed. That'll be strike 3, and unfortunately he'll go down swinging as he's done that twice now. That'll be out number 2, still tied at 11. Another opportunity coming up. This time it's going to be Coop. Coop, the designated hitter, has struck out the first, and in the third he had a walk. Also had the home run last at bat, 3 RBI home run. Would love to do that again, even though nobody on. First one goes across, drops, and will be ball 1. After Coop will be Luke Parrish. Finally get the delivery. Here we go. And that's me high. If it would have been runner, they would have ran, but instead, wild pitch goes. Nobody on, so no foul. But a ball is the call. 2-0. Nobody out, or nobody on, 2 out. That one goes across, ball 3, a little high for the ump's liking. Remember next week, next Tuesday, it'll be Clovis. It'll be here. Clovis will be here, and then Friday's game will be in Clovis. So all of it's going to be happening on the Hobbs Sports Network. Goes down the pike for a strike, and that was okay. Got 1 to give. 3-1. So far. Said Coop hit the home run last time. This time he gets walked. So Coop takes his base to first. And coming up next, looks like we're going to get a different, instead of Luke Parrish, we're going to see Sullivan out there. And that'll be Hendricks Sullivan, 6 foot tall senior, 160 pounds. And let's see. First one goes across for the ball. So 1-0 is the count right now for Sullivan. Hendricks hits this one. He's going to go deep to center, and it's going to be caught at the wall or near the wall, near the warning track. So Sullivan, who had hit 250, 2 hits, 4 runs, a double, ends up flying out to end the inning. We're going to go to the top of the 7th, and it could be do or die time for either one of them. We're going to go back in a moment. We'll come back in a moment as we do it all right here on HobbsAmerica.com and on YouTube. Thanks again for watching. right, as we go to the top of the 7th, bing. It is going to be no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 1 left on base, and 1 strikeout for Hobbs. As Roswell comes back up again, looks like we've got our pitcher still as Hendricks Sullivan. So yes, he is still on the mound. And now we're going to get our first batter up. Should be the top of the order. Let's see if it's Joaquin, who is now the relief pitcher. Yes, it is. Joaquin is up. Last time, he got a HBL home run. He got a home run last time at bat. So he's hoping to see what he can do with the bat once again, as the game is tied. And we aren't tied, then we will, of course, it'll be going to 7, but it could go to extra innings if it is still tied. Roswell and Hobbs both goose-egged in the 6th. So it is a close game once again. Exciting, fun to watch. And here we go with the first pitch. Going to get hit. And that is going to go deep. Yep, he's going to jack that off to left field for the home run. So that is back-to-back home runs for Joaquin as it goes yard. So 12-11, we've got a mosquito over here apparently, but or something is flying around here as that one goes yard once again. And it'll be another celebration once again for Joaquin. 2 home runs. So he is in contention for the Roswell Player of the Game. But we have just started this one as we get back into it. First one goes across, a little high for the ball. Jace Griffin coming up next. Last time had an infield out, 6-3. This time he hits it to Fuentes, and he throws it over to Cole in time. Oh, that's right. We're out number 1. So 1 out, but 1 run already comes across. Coming up next is going to be Lujan. Lujan had a double last time up, and first one's going to be a strike. Swung on, and that's going to be hit. Looks like it's going to go yard as well to the left, and it did. A second home run in a row, a single home run, this time for Lujan. As they are trying to get back in this game so far, now they've gotten 2. So Hobbs will have to score in the bottom of the 7th if they want to continue this game or win it. But for right now, Roswell is in the lead. 2 runs now, 1 out. Nobody on. Coming up next is going to be Lujan. No, wait, that was Lujan. This is going to be Alex Lamele. Sullivan still on the mound. That one gets hit hard to Fuentes, who palms it, gets it over to Cole. He tags him out because he was off the base. But a 6-3 for out number 2. Nicely done. But 2 hits, 2 home runs for both of them have given in 2 runs. 13-11, 2 outs. That one's going to be strike 1 as he thought about flinched but did not swing across. That's Luke Lynn. Second one outside, ball 1. 1-1 for Luke. As Hobbs will have to do something in the bottom, but for right now, still have to get out of it. No, nicely as it was sinker on that one, dropped completely. Fell out of the floor, as some people would say, and that's a 1-2 count now. The ceiling dropped, it seemed like, something like that. So 1-2, 2 outs, nobody on. Swung on, and it's going to go to second. Is he going to be able to get it over to first in time? He does for the 4-3 and out number 3, and we're going to go to the bottom of the 7th, but 2 runs come across for the Insurance and the Roswell Coyotes are in the lead. We'll be back in a moment as we continue coverage right here on the Hobbs Eagle Network, whether you're on HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, or on Cool 95.7's Facebook page. So for that one, that was 1 strikeout, 2 hits, 2 runs, no errors, nobody left on base, and no walks. Let's go ahead and go to the bottom of the 7th. As once again, it is do or die time for the Eagles to get to a 2-0 record in district. They're going to need that because Clovis is going to be tough, and so is Carlsbad compared to what they have been. Carlsbad not as invincible as they have been in the past. But, you know, they have a they're tough at home. They're tough out at home. So Hobbs going to go ahead and get started off this inning. It's going to be, I believe, John Curtis coming up first. Curtis had a double last time up. First one goes back, foul. Curtis on there, along with Carson Phillips, going to be up next. Carson had an RBI double last time up, but John up right now. That's a little high, ball 1. So Joaquin is still on the mound, relieving. That one goes across, ball 2. So John Curtis with a 2-1 on it, and let's see. Swung and missed, strike 2. Still has it, and the sophomore still in it with a 2-2 count. Swung and fouled, and that'll be an out as it was caught. So the first out, 1 down, and Roswell looking for 2 more. Hobbs looking for 2 at least to get back into this game. Coming up next, Carson Phillips. Carson hit for a double RBI last time, had a fly out, also got on a single, actually it was a walk the last time. First one's going to go across for a strike. One out for Phillips. Here we go, swung on and hit. And that is going to be foul. Is it going to be catchable? No, it is not. As it goes to the right. 0-2 now. Oh, 0-2 is the count right now for Carson. Coming up next, top of the order will be Jaden Taylor. Taylor had an RBI double last time up. Timeout at the batter's box. Gets back into it. Carson once again trying to see what he can deal. That one gets hit and fouled. Stays at 0-2. Not always used to hearing the opponents called out. Carson has his fans as well. Joaquin has his fans as well. Swing and a miss. That'll be strike two. That'll be out number two. And unfortunately, that means it's down to the final batter, possibly. We'll see, as it is 2 up, 2 down so far. Coming up top of the order will be Jaden Taylor. Hobbs wants to get back into this game. And he is the spark plug that can do it. Of course, Joaquin would like to get another punch out and in this one with a 2-run lead. Goes high, didn't chase. Ball 1. So 1-0 for the count. Nobody on, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. That one's going to go. And then it's going to be a strike. 1-1. This defense of Roswell has kept Hobbs from scoring at least 3 innings, and they're looking to see about 4. Hobbs, on the other hand, trying to get back into it. Swung on and hit. That's going to go to the left and will be at the wall. Did he catch it? I guess he did. He had it in his glove, and that is going to be the fly out for the 3rd out. And that means game is going to go to Roswell. So they split the difference. Hobbs won in Roswell. Roswell won here in Hobbs. They're 1-1 for the district. And that is going to be the end of the game. We'll be back in a moment as we continue coverage right here on the Hobbs Eagle Network. No hits, no runs, no errors, 2 strikeouts, and no walks. And that means Hobbs goes down. The final score once again will be 13-11. So unfortunately, the next game is going to be, well, fortunately, the next game is going to be Clovis. They have 2 next week and then 2 after that in for Carlsbad, as they have the 1-1 on their schedule. So Tuesday here in Clovis, or Clovis will be here. And then Friday, it'll be in Clovis. Of course, it all happens right here on the Hobbs Sports Network, whether you're on HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, or on the Cool 95.7 Facebook page. We do appreciate you, as well as of all of our sponsors, without whom, of course, we would not be able to put these on the air. Thanks again for being here, and I do believe that's going to be the end of the game for me. I'm going to be covering Jowl tomorrow. Appreciate all the help from Tiff, Evie Stuber, and even Ty Friend, who does these games on the Norm. He is the voice of the Hobbs Eagles. I do appreciate being able to cover for him. And let's see, do we have any numbers before I go? Yep, it was Krupp Gribon who had 2 hits, 3 RBIs, and of course the home run. Chase Brister, who had 3 innings pitched, got 7 ER and 3 strikeouts to his name. Batting average for Hobbs, .312, .405 on base percentage, 2 home runs, 11 was the ERA, and it was a field percentage of .935, 11 runs off of 10 hits. It was runs batted in, 11, .625 slugging percentage, and 4 doubles, and that is it. So thanks again for being here. Once again, next Tuesday, expect to hear from Mr. Ty Friend. For myself, Ron Gunner, and for No Mark Broadcasting, appreciate you being here. Thanks again for watching, and have a good evening, and enjoy your weekend as well.